beautiful butterflies. Today we're delving into something deliciously witchy and we're doing a review of this new Oracle deck. It's called a Gothic Witches Oracle and it's by Raven Digitalis. I will leave a link to the author and all the things, all the information will be down below. And this was sent to me to review, to be completely transparent. However, all thoughts and feelings are my own. So let's get into it, shall we? Now, usually I'll get asked to do a review of something and I'll say no. I'll be honest, I don't like collecting things for the sake of it. I don't like getting sent things just for the sake of it. I'm all about thrifting and not buying things new if you can get away with it because of the effect of the planet. You know, we're witches, we're trying to be good to the planet that we love. But I got asked to do this and I just was completely mesmerised by the front cover. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? It's beautiful. A Gothic Witches Oracle. Now, as you can see, I'm not a goth. However, I am alternative and I have been goth in my past. So I am into that imagery, and so when I saw that it would be this like very unusual photographic style, which I do feel very drawn to, I knew I just had to have this deck. And even if I didn't end up working with the company, I just felt like, yeah, I'm gonna want to have this deck. It's beautiful. I just think it's, just look at that cover. Just take it in, soak it in, friends. It's beautiful, so beautiful. My disabled witchcraft practice is set up in a way that I do things that are very much low energy, low spoon. I don't do these big massive rituals and things like that. It's all about this small snippets of magic through my day. And the thought of having this beautiful deck in my collection just really inspired me. Like, I was like, if I'm feeling really like not very well, like today I'm not feeling well, I've got a shoulder brace on, my shoulder is out of place at the moment. EDS life, everybody has EDS. Raise your hand, isn't it fun? But I wanted a deck that I could just grab and get a really deep and meaningful connection with straight away, and be able to connect with the photograph, with the picture and the story that is told through this kind of collage style that we don't see all that often, but it's something that I enjoy doing for myself. Like, I've always enjoyed, like since I had my first computer with the first Photoshop and things like that on, I was always making, you know, wallpapers and things for myself in this kind of style. So it just felt very me, and I thought this would be really nice to be able to just pull one card if I'm not feeling well and I want to have like a deep connection, but I don't want to have to spend a lot of time with it. And let me tell you, it's perfect for that. It's absolutely perfect for that. I've had a look through all the cards and I just thought these are just absolutely stunning, and you can get so much story and so much meaning and connection from just one card in this. It's just perfect for those days where you don't have a lot of spoons, you're not feeling good and you just want something very low energy and easy to grab for. These are it. So let's open the box. What I love about this box, so easy to open. Us disabled witches, you know when you have the full sleeve that comes off the top and you're like struggling with it? I was so hoping it wasn't going to be that. These are so much more accessible. I love the soft close. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. So let's get into the white book. It's quite a big book and I really like that. I hate when it's all really closed up, small writing, hard to connect with, hard to read. You don't get that with this. This is a beautiful, beautiful deck, and it's a beautiful book because, as you can see, it is black text against like a creamy coloured ground, and the text is quite large, making it really accessible. It's not heavy. It is kind of hard to hold open, but I think after you've been using it for a while, it should be quite easy to use. So as a disabled witch, I would say this little white book gets big ticks from me, big ticks, because as you can see, there's a lot of information there, but it's all quite big text, bigger than most of the books that I've been reading, and yet it's quite an accessible size. Then let's get into the cards themselves. They are not sticky. I hate when you're trying to shuffle cards and you're struggling because they do not shuffle well, because they're all stuck together with this shininess. cloth. They're matte, the texture is really soft, velvety, if you will. They're really nice. The imagery on the back is just beautiful. These moths with this gorgeous burgundy, and then all of the pictures are photographed on the back. Now I will say, because of the dark imagery and the kind of tone that they've used on the photographs, might be hard for my low vision witches out there to see, so I would maybe look into that. Some of the pictures are bright, but some of them have got like a what's the word, not sepia, you know, where it changes tone. Some of them can be quite dark, but a lot of them are bright and light, so that's between you and your vision, is all I would say. But for me personally, they were fine, but I do think that some of you may struggle if you've got low vision with reading all of the pictures, and the pictures are absolutely stunning. They're easy to hold. There's 40 cards, so there's not too many here to hold. It's not painful, it's not difficult to hold. These cards are not too big. I did worry when I saw the size of the box. I was like, how big are these cards? Because I do struggle. Sometimes you've got to really stretch your fingers. But these cards are not like that. They're quite easy to shuffle. Beautiful cards. The artwork is absolutely stunning. This one is my favourite. I wonder if you can guess why. It's called Healing with Fashion, and I do a lot of glamour magic, a lot of, if I'm feeling depressed or I'm feeling down or I'm in pain, I put on a pretty outfit. This is today's outfit. Today I'm healing with fashion. I have this beautiful like spooky dress. It's like spooky bookcase by Lindy Bop, and then I have on just like a teal coloured jumper. So, you know, I'm going for comfort but also pretty, and it makes me feel better, especially because I've got this ugly brace on as well. So just finding ways to make your fashion work for you and help you and use it in your glamour magic. That card is just so beautiful, so me. And then there's one called Learning from Sorrow, and many of us witches have been through a lot in our lives. We've gone through a lot of trauma, and we might have a lot of things in our lives that make us feel a lot of emotion, and sometimes you can feel like you want to bury that emotion and just kind of say I'm fine and keep going, but our witchcraft calls us deeper. And so I feel like this one, Learning from Sorrow, is so powerful, and I love the imagery of the woman's tears, but it's mascara tears, which is so relatable. We've all been there, haven't we, guys and gals? We've all been there. So let's go through some more of the cards. There is nudity in this, so a warning for you, but there's cards like this one, which is so beautiful again, and this one is called Meditating for Deeper Wisdom, and she's hidden behind a veil. It's just so beautiful. Then Accessing the Wheel of Life. But as you can see, some of these cards, like look at this one, Honoring Your Ancestors, which is, as you know, a humongous part of my personal practice. Nurturing Your Inner Child. They're just beautiful, beautiful cards that really just evoke so many emotions as you look at them. This one, Invoking with Makeup. That is so goth, but also so much part of your life as witches, isn't it? This one has nudity in it. Communing with the Dead. Beautiful cards, and so dark, but so, I mean, like this. I got this in my spread today, and I just found myself pulled in by this model's eyes. Aren't they just amazing? Just beautiful. Look at this one. So as you can see, there's so much room to read these cards. They are made in a, I'm not sure if they are a collage of different pictures or if they are set up and then photographed as in place. But they have this kind of collage style to them, which is so beautiful. Look at this one. Enchanting Jewellery and Accessories. Look at that. Just the power that's been evoked by this model. Oh, it's just beautiful. And I just I love these cards. I'm so thankful that I got sent them. And if you feel called to this sort of darker imagery like I do, like people might look at my Instagram and stuff and I'm always so smiley and bubbly. I'm so not goth. But this dark imagery really calls to me. This was me as kind of a younger me. I definitely bopped into that gothic energy. And around this time of year I found myself called to that even more, and so if you are the same, you will really enjoy this beautiful deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. This one's Shattering the Mental Prison. Excuse you? I feel called out by this one and I haven't even pulled it in a reading, but look at that, isn't it just incredible? So yeah, I think it's just finding that connection with the darker imagery, and sometimes we need that, don't we? Sometimes, you know, we can be all about light and love and all of that kind of thing, but life has the darkness as well as the light, and it's important to face the darkness. It can be a bit scary sometimes, but it's important to do so. And I just think this is going to be used so much in my practice over the winter months, when I tend to go a bit darker with my own practice. Let me know how you feel about this, like what it evokes for you. Like, how powerful is that? There's just so much power in these cards and I feel so drawn to them. They're so beautifully done. And I haven't worked deeply with oracle cards for a while. As you all know, to begin with, I only worked with oracle cards. And now I find oracle cards are calling me back in a bit. And I think it's okay to bop between tarot and oracle. Sometimes you just need to have that light and darkness and try different things. And I'm definitely being called at the moment to not get stuck in ruts, which I can do. I can get stuck in those comfort zones. And then back to my favourite one. So today I did a simple 3-card spread. There's 3 days left in the week. Today's Tuesday, and I was like, right, I'm going to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. How are the next 3 days looking for me? And this deck really answered a lot of things for me. I had come up from a dream that I had last night that included spiders, me being pregnant, and me and my husband selling antiques. Make of that what you will. But when I did a reading of my dream and then I read these cards, they seem to just flow together so well, and I just felt so inspired. I was like, yes, this is saying a lot to me. It's speaking to me. I love it. I definitely felt like they're not just pretty to look at. There's a lot of depth to these cards and a lot that you can get from reading the cards just psychically as well as reading them with the guidebook. I did a bit of both today, which I love doing. I love bippity-boppeting between the two. So I think for me personally, this deck has so many uses for it, and I think it could be easy to get caught in, I'm just going to do a daily draw or whatever. But if you are somebody who does a lot of art journaling, like art journaling is something that I feel drawn to and I might try next year. Also things like just daily journaling, you could pull a card to help you, or you could have a card as a talisman. These cards would also work perfectly if you wanted to use them in a ritual or in a spell. They would work perfectly. You could also use them with some of the darker gods and goddesses like the Morrigan or Hecate. They would be beautiful to work with those goddesses or gods that you're working with. I just think they've got so many uses, and the accessibility is so good with these cards that I think basically anyone could use them. I think people with low vision might struggle with a couple of the cards to be able to read them fully because of the filters that have been used, but you expect that with a dark deck like this. So I think if you have low vision that is affected in that way, you would probably know that this might not be the deck for you. But they are easy to hold, these cards are. They're easy to shuffle, the box is easy to get into, the text in the guidebook are really big, really easy to read. So I just think that even if you're a disabled witch, you'll be able to read these cards, you'll be able to get something out of these cards. And for me personally, we're in November now and it's the perfect time to step into cozy journaling kind of practice and connection with maybe your inner child or with your past, doing shadow work, that sort of thing, is the sort of thing that I feel drawn to doing with this deck. So I'm definitely going to be stepping into that. Don't forget, if you do want to see how I incorporate this deck into my practice, to make sure you're subscribed first of all, but secondly to make sure you're checking out my Monday vlogs where I just share my life as a disabled witch and just what's going on in my life and how I'm practicing in the daily. So you'll see more of this deck and how I'm using it in that fashion if you check out those vlogs. I really want to hear from you what you think of this deck, and also, are there any dark decks like this that you really feel drawn to or you enjoy working with? I would love to know. Leave me a comment down below, because this deck has really got me inspired. I do want to send a huge thank you to the creator for sending me this and for trusting me to do a review of this deck. I hope that I did it justice, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that all of you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, you can check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon if you enjoy my content here at the channel, and a huge thank you to all my patrons already who are definitely keeping the lights on here at the channel. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave it a like, comment, subscribe, leave it a big hype if you can. All these things are free and they help me to know, and the YouTubeverse to know, that you enjoyed the video, and it will share it out just that little bit more. Take care everyone, have a wonderful magical week. Never forget, you are loved, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.